In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the especially merciful. O Allah, the light of the heavens and the earth, the source of peace and strength, we turn to you in our moments of darkness and despair. As the waves of sadness wash over our hearts, as the shadows of depression cloud our minds, we seek refuge in your boundless mercy and compassion. For you are Ar-Rahman, the merciful, who enfolds all creation in your loving care. You are Ar-Rahim, the compassionate, whose kindness reaches every soul, every troubled heart. In your wisdom, you understand the depths of our sadness, the reasons behind our tears. Your knowledge encompasses all, from the vastness of the universe to the quiet sorrows hidden within our hearts. We beseech you, Ya Allah, to ease the burden of our heavy hearts. Lift from us the weight of despair that presses down upon our souls. Replace it with the lightness of hope, the gentle touch of your grace. For you are Al-Kabir, the great, in whose greatness all troubles diminish, all sorrows fade. In the stillness of the night, when our thoughts become our loudest companions, and our loneliness feels most profound, we remember that you are As-Salam, the source of peace. Grant us the peace that comes from knowing you are with us, that you hear our prayers and respond to our calls. Fill our hearts with tranquility, so that even in our darkest moments, we can find a glimmer of light, a spark of your divine presence. Ya Allah, you are Al-Muhaymin, the protector. Guard our hearts against despair, shield our minds from thoughts that lead us further into darkness. Surround us with your protection, so that even in our weakest moments, we are fortified by your strength. For those of us who feel lost, who wander in search of a path back to joy and happiness, guide us with your light. You are Al-Hadi, the guide. Lead us along the path that returns us to you, to the peace and contentment found in your presence. Illuminate our way with the light of your wisdom, so that each step we take brings us closer to the serenity of your love. In moments of utter despair, when hope seems like a distant dream, remind us that you are Al-Basir, the all-seeing. You see our struggles, our pain, and our efforts to overcome. With your all-encompassing vision, help us see beyond our current trials, to the promise of a brighter tomorrow, to the potential for happiness and joy that still exists in your world. Help us to remember, Ya Allah, that with every hardship comes ease. You are Ar-Razak, the provider, who provides not just our physical needs, but also nourishes our souls. Provide us with the strength to endure, with the resilience to withstand the storms of life. Grant us the sustenance of hope, the nourishment of faith, and the comfort of knowing that we are never alone in our struggles. In your infinite wisdom, you have decreed that this life will be filled with tests and trials. But with each test, you have also provided a way out, a path to relief and ease. Help us to see these paths, to recognize the doors of mercy and hope that you have opened for us. For you are Al-Fatah, the opener, who opens the gates of possibility, who turns impossibility into reality. As we navigate through the challenges of life, help us to hold fast to the rope of your guidance. You are Al-Hakim, the wise, whose wisdom guides us through the complexities of life. Grant us the wisdom to understand our trials, to learn from our experiences, and to grow stronger through our struggles. And in our journey towards healing and recovery, let us not forget to be grateful for the blessings you have bestowed upon us. For you are Ash-Shakur, the appreciative, who rewards even the smallest acts of gratitude. Help us to find gratitude in the midst of our sadness, to recognize the blessings that still abound in our lives, and to appreciate the love and support of those around us. As we turn our hearts towards you in supplication, we ask for your forgiveness. For you are Al-Ghafar, the forgiving, who pardons our shortcomings and overlooks our faults. Forgive us for the times we have despaired of your mercy, for the moments we have doubted your love. Cleanse our hearts of these doubts and fill them instead with unwavering faith in your mercy and compassion. In our search for relief from depression and sadness, let us also be a source of comfort and support for others. For you are Al-Wadud, the loving, who loves those who show love and compassion to your creation. Help us to be kind to others, to offer a listening ear, a comforting word, a helping hand. In helping others, let us find healing for ourselves, for in giving, we often receive the greatest gifts. And finally, Ya Allah, we ask you to bless and honor our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, the mercy to the worlds. Through his teachings and example, guide us towards the path of righteousness, the path that leads to your pleasure and to eternal happiness in the hereafter. With these prayers, we place our trust in you, Ya Allah. We know that you are the best of planners, that you have a plan for each of us. Help us to trust in your plan, to have patience in the face of trials, and to remain hopeful in the promise of your mercy and grace. We know that with you all things are possible, that with your help we can overcome any obstacle, any challenge, any sadness. For you are Allah, the most powerful, the most compassionate, the source of all peace and happiness. O Allah, Al-Mujib, the responder to prayer, hear our supplications as we continue to seek solace and relief from our burdens. In moments when the world seems overwhelming and our hearts are heavy with the weight of sadness, we turn to you, for you are the ultimate source of all comfort and relief. You are Al-Wali, the protecting friend, who stands with us in our time of need. When loneliness creeps into our hearts, when we feel abandoned by the world, remind us that you are ever present. You are closer to us than our jugular vein, a constant companion in our journey through life. Let this knowledge be a source of comfort and strength, a reminder that we are never truly alone. In our darkest hours, when hope seems like a distant memory, we ask you, Ya Allah, to rekindle the flame of hope within us. You are An-Nur, the light, who illuminates the darkness of our hearts with the light of hope and guidance. Dispel the shadows of despair that linger in our minds and fill our souls with your divine light, making our path clear and our burdens light. Ya Allah, Al-Shafi, the healer, we ask for your healing touch upon our hearts and minds. Heal the wounds that no one sees. Soothe the pains that hide deep within our souls. For every tear that falls, for every heart that aches, we know that you are the ultimate healer, capable of mending what seems irrevocably broken. As we navigate the trials and tribulations of life, remind us that you are Al-Hakim, the wise, who ordains our affairs with perfect wisdom. Help us to understand that every hardship is an opportunity for growth, every challenge a chance to strengthen our faith. Teach us to trust in your wisdom, to embrace the lessons that come with each trial, knowing that everything is a part of your divine plan. In our quest for relief, let us not forget the power of patience. You are As-Sabur, the most patient, who values the patience of your servants. Grant us the patience to endure our trials without complaint, to wait for your relief with unwavering faith. For indeed, with patience comes great reward, and with endurance comes the promise of your unfailing support. Ya Allah, you are Al-Ghani, the self-sufficient, who needs nothing and no one. Yet in your boundless generosity, you attend to the needs of your creation. We acknowledge our complete dependence on you, our need for your support and guidance. Fulfill our needs, Ya Allah, not as we desire, but as you know is best for us. For those among us who struggle to find meaning in their suffering, who question the purpose of their pain, we ask you, Ya Allah, to grant them understanding and insight. You are Al-Basir, the all-seeing, who understands the hidden meanings behind all things. Help us to see beyond the surface of our trials, to understand the deeper wisdom and purpose that lies beneath. In our moments of weakness, when we falter and stumble on our path, we turn to you, Ya Allah, seeking your forgiveness and guidance. You are At-Tawwab, the acceptor of repentance, who welcomes the return of your servants with open arms. Guide us back to you. Help us to learn from our mistakes and strengthen our resolve to walk the path of righteousness. And as we seek relief from our sadness and depression, let us also be a source of relief for others. You are Al-Mu'min, the giver of security, who provides comfort and safety to your creation. Help us to be a comforting presence for those in need, a source of security and peace in a troubled world. Let us also remember the importance of gratitude, for you are Ash-Shakur, the appreciative, who rewards even the smallest acts of thankfulness. In the midst of our trials, help us to find reasons to be grateful, to appreciate the blessings that we often overlook. For in gratitude, we find a path to contentment and peace. Ya Allah, Al-Qadir, the All-Powerful, empower us with the strength to overcome our challenges. Instill in us the courage to face our fears, the resilience to bounce back from our setbacks. For with your power, we can overcome any obstacle, surmount any hurdle, and emerge stronger and more faithful than before. As we lift our hands in supplication, we ask for your divine assistance in our journey towards healing and peace. You are Al-Wahhab, the giver of all, who generously bestows your favors upon your servants. Grant us the gift of inner peace, the blessing of a tranquil heart, and the joy of a renewed spirit. In our search for comfort, let us not forget the ultimate comfort found in the hereafter. You are Al-Warith, the inheritor of all, to whom everything returns. Help us to work towards a better life in the hereafter, where there is no sadness, no pain, only eternal happiness and peace. And in all our endeavors, let us follow the example of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, the best of creation. Through his teachings, guide us to the straight path, the path that leads to your pleasure and to eternal bliss in the hereafter. Ya Allah, as we end this part of our supplication, we do so with hearts filled with hope and trust in your mercy. For you are Ar-Rahman, the merciful, the especially merciful, whose mercy encompasses all things. With this trust, we find the strength to face each day, the courage to continue our journey, and the hope that guides us towards a brighter future. For indeed, with you, Ya Allah, all things are possible. With your guidance, we can navigate the storms of life. With your mercy, we can find relief from our sadness and depression. For you are Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the source of all peace and happiness. In your infinite wisdom, Ya Allah Al-Alim, the All-Knowing, guide us through our moments of uncertainty and confusion. When our paths are obscured by the fog of depression and our decisions clouded by the shadows of sadness, illuminate our way with the light of your knowledge. Grant us clarity of thought and purity of intention, so that even in our darkest hours, we are guided by the beacon of your wisdom. You are Al-Latif, the subtle, who works in ways beyond our understanding. In the intricate tapestry of our lives, where every thread is woven with precision and purpose, help us to trust in the subtlety of your plan. Teach us to see the hidden blessings in our trials, the unexpected opportunities in our challenges, and the gentle nudges towards growth and self-discovery. In the throes of despair, when our spirits are low and our motivation wanes, we turn to you, Ya Allah, Al-Qawi, the most strong. Infuse our hearts with your strength, so that we may rise above our difficulties, so that we can find the fortitude to continue our journey towards healing and peace. For in your strength, we find the courage to face our fears, to confront our pain, and to overcome the obstacles that stand in our way. As we navigate through the valleys of sorrow and the deserts of melancholy, we seek your guidance, Ya Allah, Al-Hadi, the guide. Lead us along the path of righteousness, the path that leads to contentment and peace of mind. Help us to make choices that bring us closer to you, to follow a path that is pleasing to you, and to live lives that are a testament to your mercy and love. In our moments of weakness and vulnerability, we find solace in your protection, Ya Allah, Al-Hafiz, the Preserver. Protect our hearts from despair, our minds from negative thoughts, and our souls from losing hope. Wrap us in the safety of your care, so that even in our most vulnerable moments, we are shielded by your love and mercy. For those of us who struggle with the burden of guilt and regret, we ask for your forgiveness, Ya Allah Al-Ghaffar, the Forgiving. Pardon our past mistakes, wipe clean the slate of our misdeeds, and grant us a fresh start. For in your forgiveness, we find freedom from the chains of the past, the opportunity to begin anew, and the chance to rewrite our stories with hope and positivity. As we seek relief from our emotional burdens, we remember that you are Al-Wadud, the Loving. Your love is unconditional, all-encompassing, and ever-present. Fill our hearts with your love, so that it overflows, touching the lives of those around us. Let your love be the force that drives us, the light that guides us, and the comfort that soothes us. In our quest for happiness and peace of mind, we are reminded of the transitory nature of this world. You are Al-Baqi, the everlasting, the reminder that this world and all its troubles are but temporary. Help us to focus on the eternal, to work for the hereafter, and to remember that true happiness is found in your pleasure and in the promise of Jannah. Ya Allah, Al-Muqsit, the Just, instill in us a sense of justice and fairness. Help us to be just in our dealings, fair in our judgments, and equitable in our actions. Let the sense of justice guide us to be better individuals, to contribute positively to our communities, and to uphold the values of truth and fairness in all that we do. As we turn to you in prayer, we are reminded of the power of supplication. You are As-Sami, the all-hearing, who hears our every word, our every whisper, our every silent prayer. Let this knowledge comfort us, knowing that no prayer is too small, no plea too insignificant, and no voice goes unheard. In our moments of solitude and reflection, we seek your companionship, Ya Allah, Al-Wali, the protecting friend. Be our companion in our journey through life, our confidant in times of solitude, and our guide in moments of uncertainty. Let your friendship be our source of comfort and strength, our constant in a world of change. For those of us who feel overwhelmed by the challenges of life, we ask for your ease and facilitation, Ya Allah, Al-Mu'akhir, the delayer. Delay what is not meant for us, and facilitate what is good for us. Help us to understand that your timing is perfect, and that what is delayed is not denied, but a sign of your wisdom and care. In our search for inner peace, we turn to you, Ya Allah, As-Salam, the source of peace. Fill our hearts with your peace, a peace that transcends worldly troubles, a peace that calms our inner storms, and a peace that soothes our troubled souls. For in your peace, we find the tranquility that eludes us, the serenity that we seek, and the calm that we crave. As we look to the future, we place our trust in you, Ya Allah, Al-Muqaddim, the Expediter. Expedite our journey towards healing and peace, facilitate our path towards happiness and contentment, and hasten our progress towards spiritual and emotional well-being. For in your facilitation, we find ease, in your guidance we find direction, and in your timing we find perfection. And in all that we do, let us follow the example of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, the best of creation. Through his teachings, guide us towards kindness and compassion, towards understanding and empathy, and towards love and service to humanity. Ya Allah, as we continue our supplication, we do so with hearts full of faith, minds filled with hope, and souls imbued with trust in your mercy and love. For you are Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, the source of all peace and happiness. With you, we find the strength to face each day, the courage to overcome our challenges, and the hope that guides us towards a brighter, more peaceful future. In the boundless mercy and compassion of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, we find solace and hope as we draw this supplication to a close. He is Ar-Rahman, the Beneficent, who showers His creation with unending blessings and mercy. He is Ar-Rahim, the Merciful, whose kindness and compassion know no bounds. In His divine wisdom, Allah understands the depths of our despair, the intensity of our sadness, and He offers a way out for every believer. Ya Allah, Al-Basir, the All-Seeing, You see the struggles we face, the silent battles we fight within our hearts. Grant us the vision to see beyond our immediate pain, to realize the transient nature of our worldly trials. You are Al-Hakim, the Wise, whose plans are perfect and whose wisdom is incomparable. Help us to trust in Your wisdom, to accept Your decrees with patience and contentment, knowing that with every hardship comes ease. As we navigate through life's challenges, remind us that You are As-Sabur, the patient, who values the patience of Your servants. Grant us the patience to endure our trials without complaint, and the resilience to emerge stronger from our struggles. For indeed, in patience there is great reward, and in endurance there is the promise of Your unfailing support. In moments of weakness and despair, we turn to You, Ya Allah, Al-Qawi, the Strong, to infuse our hearts with Your strength. Empower us to rise above our difficulties, to find the fortitude to continue our journey towards healing and peace. With Your strength we can face our fears, confront our pain, and overcome the obstacles that stand in our way. Ya Allah, Al-Muqsit, the Just, instill in us a sense of justice and fairness. Guide us to be just in our dealings, fair in our judgments, and equitable in our actions. Let the sense of justice guide us to be better individuals, contributing positively to our communities and upholding the values of truth and fairness. As we seek relief from depression and sadness, we are reminded of the power of supplication. You are As-Sami, the All-Hearing, who hears our every word, our every whisper, our every silent prayer. Let this knowledge comfort us, knowing that no prayer is too small, no plea too insignificant, and no voice goes unheard. In our solitude and reflection, we seek Your companionship, Ya Allah, Al-Wali, the protecting friend. Be our companion in our journey through life, our confidant in times of solitude, and our guide in moments of uncertainty. Let Your friendship be our source of comfort and strength, our constant in a world of change. For those overwhelmed by the challenges of life, we ask for Your ease and facilitation, Ya Allah, Al-Mu'akhir, the delayer. Delay what is not meant for us and facilitate what is good for us. Help us to understand that Your timing is perfect and that what is delayed is not denied, but a sign of Your wisdom and care. In our search for inner peace, we turn to You, Ya Allah, As-Salam, the source of peace. Fill our hearts with Your peace, a peace that transcends worldly troubles, a peace that calms our inner storms, and a peace that soothes our troubled souls. For in Your peace, we find the tranquility that eludes us, the serenity that we seek, and the calm that we crave. As we look to the future, we place our trust in You, Ya Allah, Al-Muqaddam, the Expediter. Expedite our journey towards healing and peace. Facilitate our path towards happiness and contentment, and hasten our progress towards spiritual and emotional well-being. For in Your facilitation, we find ease, in Your guidance, we find direction, and in Your timing, we find perfection. And in all that we do, let us follow the example of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, the best of creation. Through his teachings, guide us towards kindness and compassion, towards understanding and empathy, and towards love and service to humanity. Ya Allah, as we conclude this supplication, we express our deepest gratitude to our viewers. We acknowledge that depression and sadness are common human experiences, yet it is essential to emerge swiftly from these states for one's mental health and well-being. While these emotions are natural, lingering in them can hinder our progress and growth. Depression is a genuine mental health concern, and as Muslims, while we seek guidance and help from You, Allah, it is equally important to be open to professional help. We challenge any stigmas associated with seeking such help and encourage support for family members and friends dealing with these emotional challenges. We urge our viewers to cultivate emotional strength, reminding them that depression and sadness, while challenging, are transient and not permanent states. Those who navigate through life's low moments often lead the most fulfilling lives. Allah, the Quran, and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad offer guidance, prayers, and practices for overcoming depression and sadness. It is crucial to build strong connections with the Quran and the Sunnah. Confronting depression, seeking healing, and moving forward are essential steps in both our spiritual and worldly lives. We motivate our viewers to stay engaged with our channel by subscribing and liking our videos, as we plan to continue providing content in this area. We pray for the well-being of all our viewers, asking Allah to grant them peace, happiness, and tranquility. We conclude this supplication with a heartfelt and respectful prayer for Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, his family, and the Muslim community. May Allah shower His blessings upon them, guide us in following their exemplary lives, and unite us with them in Jannah. Ameen.